Morning. Welcome to another day of Mindful Monday. I thought today we would talk about being comfortable with being uncomfortable. Right now, as we're talking about race issues, we're talking about social economic issues, we're talking about pandemics, there's a lot of uncomfortability when it comes to conversation. We don't have sports to distract with, we don't have other things going on except what's happening right here, right now. So the majority of conversations we're going to have are probably going to feel uncomfortable. As a therapist, a lot of times I can take that for granted of just being comfortable with uncomfortability. And as I look back at when did I become comfortable with uncomfortable conversations, it was usually through a lot of practice. Noticing that my belief systems would be challenged, that I wouldn't necessarily agree with every person that I spoke with, but still having to be present, still focusing on their well being. Those key components started to help me get to a place where it's like okay to be uncomfortable, okay to disagree. And after the repetition over and over again, I started to feel safer in that uncomfortability, right? Because the first thing that happens when someone's challenging our belief system is that we feel that they don't like us, stress, anxiety, tension, all the survival pieces start coming into play. And then we get into this polarization of it's us versus them. It's red versus blue. Wear a mask, don't wear a mask. We don't ever look at the why. Why do they think from this perspective? Without judgment, without shame, just being able to hear why are they coming from it. The curiosity piece, we get so caught up in our own emotional response to it that we can't hear the other person speaking or the other group of people speaking. It becomes polarized. So, being comfortable with uncomfortability is how we're going to start generating more of these conversations. It's important to be able to have tough conversations, crucial conversations, and it starts with us internally. I know a lot of people are feeling that we have to, like, what do I have to do? How do I change the world? How do I make things grow? It has to start with us internally, right? And one tool that I learned that I use a lot of times when I know I'm going into crucial conversations, tough ones, when I know they're going to be fueled with a lot of energy, a lot of different belief systems, is this meditation piece, right? It goes, peace begins with me. Peace begins with me. Doing that 5 times will slow down your nervous system and remind you that that electromagnetic field that you put out with that heart space, it starts with you. And if you can create a safe space, if you can create a space that it's okay to be uncomfortable in, then others will feel that they can come into that space and have clear conversations versus just yelling and screaming matches. The gurus that I learned that from were my children when I started to be able to listen to them versus trying to put my belief system on them. They were the ones that showed me peace begins with me. When I started to learn that and listen to what they were saying, because they are intuitively intelligent, our children are very intelligent, we can actually be present with others and we can stop feeling like we have to have the answers to everything. It's okay not to have the answers right now. We can be open and explain, or open and just articulate, we don't have the answers. There might be someone in that group that we're with that might have an answer or might have an idea that goes off another idea, and you build off the collective. So trying this out before you go into stressful conversations, and just knowing that it's going to be uncomfortable at first, but eventually you're going to build a tolerance of being in those uncomfortable situations. And then eventually it's just going to be comfortable being uncomfortable. So try this out. Let me know what you think. Breathe deeply, live fully. Have a great week.